Hello, my name is J.H. Lee. This video is overview of a human engineer. What is a human engineer? It is teaching system that focus on building an individual, not on job training. Individual? Yes. Every single person, there's something they must learn, absolutely must learn in their life. It can be arguable and depending on each individual, but let me state it first, then you think about it. Everyone must learn to find their true self, to live their own life. Without it, they must live someone else's life. I wonder why there's so many unhappy peoples out the world. Now you can see why this is most important knowledge, most important learning any individual must do throughout their life. Then, how to find the true self? Through learning, only way, there's no other. Then, next question is, what to learn to able to do it? Answer is, knowledge is not all same value. Some knowledge is more higher than the other, lower than the other. So I would like to say there is a dimension of the knowledge, dimension 1, 2, 3. Let's talk about that, each dimension. First dimension of the knowledge is, I would like to call it discipline. In this time, discipline means limited to branch of knowledge. In another word, division of labor. 200 years ago, Adam Smith wrote the book, A Wealth of a Nation. It's a classic book. In his book, talks about this modern economy and how it's become modern economy through the division of labor and more. However, now's the time we learned certain sector of the knowledge. Once someone disciplined that area, they can hold a job. Base of this knowledge is science, which means study of a matter. However, this only makes become a working machine and earn the wages. Of course, we need wages, earn the money to bring the food on the table, turn the light on. However, middle of the night, there's no moons and stars shine, and dark night, we're asking a question. Am I money-making machine? Where my life goes? What is all about life? And this question is continuously raising up. However, we need to ask, what is the principle of this base of the knowledge? Is a survival of the fittest. Focus of our life is just for survival, not for living. Because this level of knowledge only to fill up the physical need only. So we need the next dimension of knowledge. We call character building, which means personality or attitudes. As you know, many people will say attitude is everything because it is so important matter. Or life skill or selfhood. Base of a knowledge of this is ethics. It's a value system or morale. However, we're still asking following question. What will be after death? If there is God, why so many evil things? And principle of this level of the knowledge is living in a relative world, not an absolute world. However, definition of a human being is a time-binding class. And I will talk about this one a little later after cover third dimension of the knowledge. Third one is transcendency. It's for immortality, it's eternal being. Base of our knowledge is supernatural. It's out of space and time. Reason cannot explain of this world. This world is world of the faith. Principle of this knowledge is grace, not by cause and effect. Now then, let's go back to a time-binding class, which is one of the definition of the human being. Universe formed within two axes, space and time. Within these two axes, there's a two category. One is inanimate and the other one is animate, which means no life and there's a life. However, within this life, there's three classes. Number one is chemical binding, which is all the trees or plants are chemical binding. Every life needs food. They need the nourishment to supply their energy so they can continue active. However, they cannot eat any dirt or rocks. They have to be organic. And that's why all the trees and plants become base of a food chain for every life. Now, second class is space binding, all the moving creature. Of course, principle over there is a survival of the fittest. Now, final class is time binding. Only human can aware of the time, dealing with the time, and that is a human. However, this time has three different tense. One's a past, one's a present, one's a future. In past, I was. In the present, I am. But future, I become. Yes. If humans are time binding, what is space versus time? Space is occupied or possessed by things, but time is a form or a way of existing. In other words, without time, nothing can be exist. So there is a beautiful quote, time is eternity disguised. How beautifully said that. This comes from a book called The Sabbath, written by Abraham Joshua Hassel. Now, human life is not emptiness. Every human life is becoming, yes. Every human life also leaves a legacy, and each one of them contribute to the civilization and the human history. And therefore, human engineering will be 21st century challenge. Now, challenges are focus on raising each one of ourselves toward to the higher dimension of the knowledge. Yes. Then next one is integration of the body and soul and spirit. And then next one is to create a general and universal teaching method so everybody can benefit it. And finally, best vehicle of doing this is through the art, martial art training. And I've done that throughout my life, and I felt very lucky about it, and I'd like to share this one with you. Now, problem with the modern society and school system is teach first dimension of the knowledge, but not second and third dimension of knowledge. Therefore, burden of teaching this is loaded onto each parent. Question is, do parents really know how to teach a second and third dimension of knowledge? Not really. This has become present time parents' headache and pain point, and that's why this human engineer can be very, very valuable and useful to everyone. Now, integration of the body, soul, and spirit, I like to use the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And body need is this. He made the first one is a 5 level. One's a physiological, second is a safety need, third one is a belonging need, fourth one is a esteem need. However, he made this a 4 level D need. He stated that D stands for deficit need, something we lack of. And however, next level, 5th level is a self-actualization. He said a B need stands for stand for being need. And later time of his life, he also bring another one called transcendence. It's beyond that. It is a spiritual need. Question is, what kind of training method will integrate body, soul, and spirit? It's through the art, not physical things only. However, true martial art, not martial sports. Then, who needs this system? Every teachers, every parents, every individual in the world. And that is why I like to bring it to you, and I'm happy to bring the many more a video to you, many more questions we should answer. I look forward to bring another video next week. Thank you.